So, if I were to ask all of you, what does energy mean to you? Uh, we could get varied answers. Uh, it could mean productivity, maybe it means vitality to somebody, maybe it means stamina to somebody else, right? But do we ask ourselves, how well is my energy being produced? So, in Ayurveda, energy is what you build. It's measurable, it's metabolic. And where does it come from? As we all know, it comes from the food you digest, but Ayurveda goes a little further and says it's not just the food that we digest, it comes from the water that you drink, it could come from the emotions which you are consuming, right? So it's your digestive fire or the Agni which determines how strong you are, and that determines the energy that you get. Because ultimately, it's the food that you eat, and not just the food, mind you, it's how you eat, what you eat, when you eat, that determines how well or how poorly it's going to be transformed into nutrition, which then goes to all the seven tissues in the body. And that finally translates into the immunity and energy that we all feel. So, which means, as we all know, if you have a great digestion, everything goes well, right? You're feeling good, your system is doing well, you're sleeping well, you're eating and drinking well. But if your digestion is sluggish, that's when we face all the issues, whether it's with your hair, whether it's your skin, whether it's just bloating, or whether it's just feeling lethargic and not sleeping well. So it all starts and ends with your digestive fire or Agni. It's it's almost something, like the boiler in your house, for example. So if the boiler is not doing its job well, okay, and if it's kind of run down, then no matter what you do to your heaters or radiators in the house, nothing, the house is not going to warm up, is it? Because the issue is with the boiler. So that's what Ayurveda says. It encourages us to go to the root cause of everything and not just treat things on the surface. Which is why, if your digestion is not optimal, then even the supplements you take will not be absorbed well and won't give you the best effects, right? So then we think about, what does energy mean in Ayurvedic parlance? So in Ayurveda, we have three flowing energies in the body, or three fundamental energies in the body. Okay. So the first one is called Vata, which some of you may have heard of, which is the principal energy of movement. The second one is called Pitta, which is the energy of transformation, which helps the entire transformation process in the body. And the third one is called Kapha, which is the energy of stability, strength, and immunity in the body. And by the way, why do all of us, especially sitting in this room, why do all of us need energy? It's very obvious, right? Because you cannot manifest abundance in your clients when your digestion is impaired or if your gut is inflamed, right? You cannot be holding space for your clients when your own nervous system is depleted. And you definitely cannot run a business when your adrenals are totally fatigued. So, how does Ayurveda explain all these three energies that I just mentioned to you? So, just to put it in short, when your Vata is functioning well, it means you have creativity, you have intuition, you are mobile, you're fresh, you're very flexible. But if your Vata is affected, That's when you become anxious, you're not going to sleep well, and your digestion is going to be all over the place. When the second energy of transformation is at its peak and optimum, you are very focused, you're energetic, you get things done, right? But if the same energy is affected, you're going to be irritable, you're going to be angry, you're going to be frustrated. And that's also going to affect your digestion in a different way. And with the third energy, which is the kapha or the stability, if your kapha is functioning well, then of course your mind is clear. You're very trustworthy, you're very approachable. But if the same kapha gets impaired, then you're going to be sluggish, you're going to be lethargic, not even wanting to get out of bed. So, how does Ayurveda help you here to keep your energies intact? Just like, say you need to go to a spa, for example, to just feel rejuvenated, Ayurveda says give yourself a daily spa. So, Ayurveda very clearly gives you guidelines, which is called as dinacharya or daily routines, where Ayurveda tells you to just pamper yourself. But it's not just about pampering, it's about giving you psychological benefits, immunological benefits by following certain rituals on a daily basis. So it could be simple things like having a morning ritual where you look at the morning light instead of the blue light, which most of us do. It's about simple things like eating warm, delicious, digestible meals, because you're not what you eat, but you're what you digest, right? So it goes on right up to your sleeping rituals or having a sleep hygiene. So, in this way, you're taking care of yourself on a daily basis rather than waiting for that day at the spa. So, the next time you think you want to upscale your brand, or the next time you're launching an offer, first stop and ask yourself, how is my digestion? How is my energy? And am I aligned with my body, mind, and soul? All the best. And thank you so much, Dane. And thanks all of you for listening.